Hey babies, it's me, Conscious Mary, and today we are here to talk about sex. Yes, we're gonna have a sex education class. What's the song? Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. I won't get into the whole, riff of the song. We'll stop it there. But again, today we're here to talk about sex. It's definitely a topic that needs to be talked about. Y'all know I've been waiting to talk about it. I think I told y'all how I created a video around the topic. Finished the video. The video had disappeared into thin air. So we're here again to talk about the topic because if you think it's gonna stop me because I want to disappear, it got me fucked up. All right, so I guess we'll jump right the fuck in. Let's see. When we talk about sex, what's the first thing that pops into your head when you hear the word sex, right? When you hear sex, what do you think of? Intercourse, you think of, quite frankly, the way they portrayed it in this society that we live in this day and age now, especially coming up in a, religious-based society. Sex has always been a sinful thing. Once you had to wait, it could only be with one person your whole life, and yes, don't get me going down that list of standards around sex. But I really wanted to jump in what sex is really about today, okay? So, today when we go into sex and we talk about sex, I want you all to expand your mind way past just sexual intercourse, right? Let's think about, first off, let's bring up how, regardless of the opinions and the stigma around sex, around sexual energy, around sexual anything, realize that you wouldn't be here watching me right now, right? I wouldn't be right here talking to you right now, right? If it was not for sex. When we think about sex, we need to genuinely step back for a minute and acknowledge that sex is magic, quite frankly, right? Sex is magic in itself. If we really think of it, it's a whole creation spell. You literally are creating a whole human being, a whole personality, a whole spirit, a whole soul. You're creating that all out of the body you have now. And I'm speaking especially to women, and you know that already by how I'm talking, but especially to women because women get the strongest opinions and stigma around sex. We aren't allowed to be sexual beings in any sort of way, to show it, to express it, to have the right to, what we want our pleasure as others, and it not be some terrible thing. But what I'm here to break to you today, people, is how powerful the pussy is. And y'all know that. And just acknowledging your power and taking that power back as a woman, to take your power back, to take your sexual power back, to realize you have that right to be sexual. And so when we talk about sex today, we're going to talk about, quite frankly, how sex does not automatically correlate to you giving your body to someone else. The more we know and understand sex and sexual energy and how it goes and how it runs and how we pass it from one person to the other, the more you understand, again, how powerful of a source it is. So, and you understand that as creators, as I tell you all the time, we create the world around us, right? We create everything in our existence. We create ourselves in such a strong way. And when it comes to sex, being that sex is truly, genuinely, physically, or you can see it with the eye, hell, when it happens, it's not even one of those things where you're having to wait years and years and years. What do you wait, 9 months? To see that you have created something. So, if we think about sex as such a powerful extension, then you're going to be careful with it. If you're someone who understands that sex is spiritual, sexuality Ooh, thought I had to sneeze. Sexuality and spirituality are not separate. They'll try to make you believe it's separate so they can take your power from you. Again, I'm especially speaking to women because your pussy is powerful. Your pussy is powerful and you have the right to that power. The same way I tell you all the time to acknowledge your power and use it to your advantage. Your sexual energy is part of that. Your sexual energy is part of it. And it's not something that you have to be ashamed of. So when we talk about sex and we talk about it in a way of giving your body over to someone else. Like I said, sex is magic. So I know people are so quick running around talking about, I don't let certain energy around me. I don't want no bad energy, no negative energy. Do. But some of those people will be the same people, running around having sex with any and everybody, right? But what we must realize is that whole exchange of energy, you are genuinely becoming one with somebody else. It don't matter if that shit was for 30 seconds, 30 minutes, 30 hours. I don't give a damn. You are allowing yourself to become, talk about exposed. We talk about exposing ourselves. But you allow yourself to become exposed and open and vulnerable. And like I said, one with a whole nother being. So you want to make sure that being is at your worthiness level. Again, who you're having sex with also shows how you're feeling about yourself. It also shows the worth and the standard you are holding yourself on. I know, again, when it comes to sex on an intimate intercourse level, so we want to be careful about who we're allowing into our bodies. Our bodies are a whole cycle, pyramid, temple. This is a whole grounding space, again, for creation. And we don't want to just create anything. We don't want to accidentally let the wrong energy inside of us, and it has become a whole part of us now, and it takes a whole nother process to get rid of. What you fucking somebody who's lazy, and 9 times out of 10, after you finish having sex, once you laying up with that person, and you get used to laying around and not doing nothing, you get used to certain patterns. Next thing you know, we talk about habits and what it takes to create a habit. What it's like 21 days to create a habit. So imagine you're having some sex with someone, and you get into the pattern of how it is to have sex with them, and afterwards doing nothing. You start to fall into that same habit, the same pattern. You start to grab onto some of those same characteristics. So I want to make sure that people we are choosing to be intimate with are worthy of our intimacy, because it is such a powerful thing. The fact that it can create a whole person, the fact that you see my beautiful ass right here talking to you, I was created through two people choosing to be one for whatever period of time it was. I don't want to know my mom in them business. It got something to do with me, but it ain't got nothing to do with me. But again, you're allowing yourself to become one, and you create a whole person. And then it's from there that you all's characteristics and you all's action, you're now raising that person. And that they have no idea what anything is, so they're just following after you. They're just taking after you. They're just doing the things you do. So you want to make sure you and the person you are choosing to be with are on a certain mental space. That is, you're choosing somebody at your same level. You don't who you're sexing. I don't care if you want to talk about it's a one night stand or whatever. Again, like I said, has a big show of how you feel about yourself. Okay. So I guess that's the first thing we'll jump into when it comes to sex, because that's the first thing that we all think about. That's the first thing we all think about when the word sex is brought up, right? It's really intercourse. We think about the whole thing that you go to school, you get that sex education class about STDs and all the fear tactics that are put in your head around sex. So now we'll go ahead and dive into the other parts of sex that honestly have nothing to do with anybody else. So let's talk about the sexual energy we all carry. And that's for all of us, men and women. But like I said, I want to focus on my women because we are the ones who are, judged. Opinions are thrown on. We are the ones who get trapped in that fear and that stigma that comes around sex. And when it comes to body love and self love, you cannot truly learn who you are, appreciate who you are, acknowledge who you are. Um, like I said, just cater to who you are, love yourself, as we always talk about. If you have not found it okay to, what's the word I'm looking for? If you have not found it okay to acknowledge and accept every part of you, not one or the other, they try to tell you. That's why when I do my videos, I try to wear something but a little cute, sexy, whatever, because they'll throw that whole fear tactic on you of, oh, you can't be into your sexuality and be sexual and be sensual and be feminine and know your body and love your body and also be intellectual. You can't also be mental and spiritually aligned and be sexual. But the truth is, quite frankly, what I've been talking about lately, our chakra system, our energy centers. Our energy centers. Our sacral chakra is the boss of our sexual energy. And when we talk about aligning our energy centers so we can run smoothly and successfully the way we truly want to, this goes down to our sexual energy. I dive deeper into that, into my mini course, Balanced Beauty, where it's a little ritual for balancing your energy centers, where we talk and we go through them in depth, like I said. But that's what I'm saying. They'll put that fear tactic, that lie into your head, and it's been there since we were children, about picking one or the other. And that's not true. That's not how you find body love. That's not how you find self-love. That's not how you find out who you really are at all, okay? We have to know every single piece of ourselves, every aspect, good and bad. I mean, I'm up here, I talk positive, I talk about body love and self-love. That don't mean that my ass don't be somewhere in fetal position, crying my ass off every now and again, having a breakdown. I get to be every single piece of myself. So that's why I come up here dressed like this, but talking about serious topics. Because there's no one or the other. Me being sexy and me being sensual and me being balanced in that sexual creative energy doesn't mean that, again, I don't get deep, that I don't know about real topics, right? And they'll make you think that apparently if you, again, are open sexually, you don't got no good sense. And they'll make you afraid of that. Like I said, especially as a woman, they'll make you afraid of the moment you love your body too much, or you get too comfortable in some clothes that you're slut shamed, you're called this, you're called that, you're being told that, oh, you're doing this for attention, you must really want some attention, you're desperate for attention. And that's not true. So we have to allow ourselves to leave that stigma, leave that opinion behind where it belongs, okay? That shit ain't got nothing to do with us. Like I said, people's opinions only show how they feel about themselves, right? So when we are diving into this body love, into this self-love, and we are learning ourselves and we are learning our bodies, we can't do that without being sensual, without being sexual, without diving into our feminine energy, which again is the boss of all of this in the first place. Who are we as women if we cannot acknowledge that we are women? Yes, we hold this masculine energy too, but we aren't men. We have the right, like I said, to step into our sexual, our sensual energy and embrace it fully, and acknowledge where it comes from. And then also realize that just because I'm sensual and I'm sexual and I love my body and I appreciate my body doesn't mean I'm out giving my body to everybody. It's not even sort of what it means, right? It's not even sort of what it means. Please talk about celibacy. I won't get into my topic of celibacy right now, but these men can't put their hands on me. But I love my body, and I love exposing it. I love being open. I love when I get to do my photo shoots, and I get those photos back, and I get to look at myself like, damn, girl, you're one hell of a creation. You're one hell of a creation creating. Isn't that a whole fascinating ideal in itself? So when it comes to sexuality means an abundance of things. Like I said, perception is everything. So it's all about the perception you are putting around your energy. Sexuality comes with what? Empowerment, ecstasy. Like I said, that oneness, when we talk about intimacy and sex, that oneness of you physically becoming one with somebody else. But when we talk about sexuality with ourselves, let's become one with ourselves. We spend so much time, so much energy, so many years, again, thinking that we're one with ourselves when really we are running around copying others and being afraid and living in that fear response that we grew up in, quite frankly, and that we were taught about at a young age, wouldn't be okay. So we got afraid of it, and we stayed away from it. And that was not the goal. I know I wanted to jump into something that what we never learned. Our sexual goddesses, from back when, our ancestors from a little back in the day, down to the religions we have and now the ones that existed that were never told to us. I know the big one right now is Oshun. We know about Oshun and the feminine energy and just that whole mothering energy when it comes to fertility and prosperity. You hear that word prosperity. You cannot have one without the other, you all. It's not possible. Like I said, it's no picking and choosing which part of yourself you're going to be. It's about acknowledging that you are allowed to be every single part of you without having to exit any of those parts out. And that's what really diving into, becoming deep and genuinely into body love and self-love is. That's what that is. That's what that's about in the first place. So, like I was saying, when it comes to these sexual goddesses, where we have Aphrodite, Oshun, we have Lilith was one I just learned about, just did some research on, and just reading up and things like that about. And that one is a huge deal about where Lilith comes from, because she apparently was made side by side with Adam, not from his rib. So she was made as his equal. And while in the Garden of Eden, and during their sexual life, and as God sharing that sexual energy, that sexual power, that creation, Lilith, she would always be at the bottom, and she was like, "Look, I don't want to be at the bottom. I need to be at the top too. We were made as equals, and I also am equally deserving of my pleasure and what I want here also." And when she couldn't get it, old girl dipped out, right? She dipped out. And that's a big deal. Like I said, that story goes a whole lot deeper, and she was made into a whole dark being and things like that. Or was she a child killer? So was within 8 days. It's a lot of details around it. But that's what abortion. That's what I say. Everything the woman took as her power, especially sexually, was demonized pretty much. It was switched back around and made sinful, so it made us terrified, afraid to even feel like we had the right to ever express ourselves. I mean, we're just getting into a day and age now where when we do talk about sex as an intercourse way, on a physical way, we're just getting into an age where women, even in the bedroom, are feeling like it's okay to say what they want. Because, back in the day, it was like, you here to please your man, and that's it. It's not about you, it's about him. You need to make sure at all times that he's happy with you, so he don't leave, and things like that. You are never allowed to take care of you first, right? So we're wanting to switch that whole dynamic now, because like I said, we are diving and getting deep into body love and self-love. We're not playing around with it, and you cannot do that without acknowledging your right to your sexual sensual energy, without acknowledging your power of your sexual sensual energy. What, like I said, as women, you see it every single day. Once you walk out your house, you go somewhere, right? You walking down the street. Let's say you walk across the street to a gas station or something, right? What's gonna happen? Some man, at least one, gonna stop and try to talk to you. As a woman, you have this aura like radiating off of you of sexual energy, of sexual sensual energy. And that will attract others. Yes, women too. That's why women are so open to complimenting other women. I know I lose my mind over some beautiful women. I'm real quick. If I'm out in public and you got the audacity to be fine, I'm gonna stop and be like, wow, you really got the audacity to be fine like this. I hope you know you fine. And you know, but it radiates off of the woman from all, like I said, that feminine energy you carry, that sensual, sexual energy that just is an aura, just a vibration coming off of you. And again, it brings in everyone. What? Children, men, for sure, women. It brings in everyone. So it's time where we start acknowledging that vibration radiating off of us, that aura radiating off of us, that energy radiating off of us. Acknowledge what that is and take control of it, because that's our power. That is our power, and we have the right to that power. I love that I'm a woman. Goodness gracious, what a blessing it is to be born as a woman. And again, everybody have their opinions because of just how we've been taught wrong about women. But again, it's the time now for us to acknowledge our power and take it back and use it to our advantage. Use it how we need it. Realize there's nothing wrong with it. This is what we were given. This is our right. So use it as your right. Acknowledge it. Acknowledge your power. We talk about, like I said, we talk about being creators all the time. We talk about being creators all the time. So acknowledge the magic skills that you have been given from birth and create your life. Create your life. Like I said, the reason I come up here in some kind of lingerie, but still talking about serious topics, is to show you all that you don't have to choose. You don't have to be afraid of that sensual, sexual energy. It honestly is one of the most powerful things that you will ever have. That you will ever have. What do they say? Sex sells? So sell your shit. And appreciate your body and learn your body and love your body and listen to your body and the things it's trying to tell you and what it's trying to help you with. We're in this realm using the things we have right here, right now, and that is one of the things you have right here, right now, is your sensual, sexual energy. So stop being afraid of it. I know a bonus video for my Consciously in Love with Me course goes deeper into the sexual goddesses, again, of our history and things like that, and why you have the right, why you're so powerful as a woman, why your pussy is so powerful as a woman, why they try to take that power and hide it from you, make you afraid of it. Fear is so strong. Fear will keep you from so much shit, especially fear that you don't even know is fucking there. Fear that you didn't even know was installed into your brain from day one. You don't even realize that this is something that you've been afraid of. That you've been afraid of people saying this and cutting you off and calling you names and it being sinful, you going to hell, or again, multitude of things put onto us to scare us out of that power. So really step into it, really acknowledge it when it comes to me, like I said, and my body love and my self-love. I love my photo shoots. I offer my photo shoots now to women to where I am there with you. I'm there with you at your photo shoot, and you get to choose. This isn't something where you, of course, you don't have to start off automatically naked and nude. This is about you experiencing your body personally, one-on-one. Like we were talking about that oneness with you and yourself, with you and your body, to really dive deep and figure out who you are, what you are, what you like, what you love, what you don't like, all the aspects of yourself, all the little pieces of you, good, bad, and using it all to your advantage. It is such a big thing when I get into these shoots and I am able to love my body the way I need to, the way I want to. And like I said, I get those photos back and I'm looking at them like, oh my gosh, this is absolutely beautiful. So when I'm providing that now to women, you have me there with you, letting you know, girl, look at that booty. Turn this way, girl. Look at that. How you feeling? Are you feeling good? What are you feeling? What's your favorite thing on your body? Oh, you like your boobs? Okay, let me get a little of this then. Okay. Okay, I see you then. I see you then. Again, being there for you, reminding you that you have the right to be in this sensual, sexual, powerful energy of yours, to acknowledge it, to grab hold of it all, to use it to your advantage, to really learn you and your body the way that you deserve. So I guess I will wrap it up there before I just get to talking forever. But let's let go of that fear of like us jumping into our sexual, sensual energy and realizing that this is our power. This will always be our power. It has always been our power. People can try to take it from us and scare us away from it, but we are taking this shit back because it is ours. Okay? We're taking it back because it is ours, and I am here to help you along that whole journey. I'm going to drop all my links and stuff in the little comment section of the video. I'll drop everything for those of you who are interested in the mini course with aligning your energy centers, new ways to learn to love and learn your body and yourself, quite frankly. I'll drop all the links and things below. My ladies room that I have open now, my ladies room Patreon. I've switched my OnlyFans to my men's, and my Patreon's for my women, for times like this, for moments like this, so we can feel comfortable coming and expressing times where we're learning ourselves and learning our body, and we're needing others around to reassure us, quite frankly. That group, that safe space for us to come as women in our sensual, sexual, feminine, hell, emotional energy, right? So like I said, all those will be dropped below. Make sure you thumbs up this video. Make sure you subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And I will see you all soon. I'll see you all next time, you guys.